Hello everybody, welcome to Let's Look at Revelations 2012. This is a team-based first-person shooter. Just came out on Steam, based on the bullshit Mayan prophecy that the world is going to end in the year 2012. And if you have ever played a little game, I mean, I'm not sure that most of you have heard of it. It's called like Left for something, I can't remember. But that game reminds me a lot of this one. For example, particularly like this menu screen right here. Play campaign, play through a cooperative campaign online with 4 distinct, both, physically and racially compatriots here. Battlegrounds, online battleground mode, online stasis game. I'm going to admit I don't know what that is. Heroes vs. Demons online deathmatch, or play as single player. Of course, I'm being 100% facetious. This is Left 4 Dead cloned, like verbatim almost, except changing the premise from zombies to demons. And if you're excited about that, you can tell by the sound of my voice that I'm excited about that as well. We are going to play single player here. Again, this screen will look very familiar to you if you have ever touched Left 4 Dead yourself. I can't really change the campaigns. I'm on the first level here, and I have to confess that in the first half hour that I've spent with this game, I am unable to beat the first level. Not because the game's too difficult, but because I can't fucking find anything. So let's get started here. I don't really care what character I'm gonna play. You know what? Let's play as Ben. He's the 6'3" physically imposing guy. And of course, my name down there at the bottom is Dr. Steve Brule, which really makes me want like a Left 4 Dead game with like characters from Tim and Eric in it. Now, the most monotone voice actor in history is going to give us some background knowledge here.
2012, the gods will return during the Dark Galactic Alignment. It is foretold that 4 warriors will rise up.
Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna talk over this guy, because he's taking fucking forever. Basically, December 2012, the gods are gonna come back to Earth, and they're pissed off, but there is one protector god who has granted us the weapon that we are going to use to kill her own offspring, which are the gods that are trying to kill us and enslave the world. Also, those motherfuckers right there are never explained. Like, these Central American tribes people, there are zombies, there are, like, cannon fodder for this game, but it's never explained, like, why they're evil or why we're shooting them, except for the fact that they're coming after us. In fact, it kind of makes us seem like the bad guys, because we've got this mystical weapon, and these people are like, hey, get out of our homeland, and then we just start blasting them with these, like, galactic balls. Right, so we have to collect the skulls of our enemies to charge the crystals of the weapon. We have to get all 4 of the crystals, the colored crystals, blue, green, red, and yellow, in order to defeat the game, and hey! It's Left 4 Dead. For example, don't shoot teammates. Literally, like, the exact same prompt. Now, I'm gonna cut this game a little bit of slack, because I know that this was built in Source Engine. I've heard some people even say that this was built using the AI director from Left 4 Dead 2. I don't know if that is 100% true, but this game just, like, seeps Left 4 Dead basically out of its pores. So our goal on this level is to find 3 crystal skulls. And hopefully you'll understand what I mean soon by, like, I don't understand why these guys are mad at us. Like, these guys just run at us. I guess they're, like, demons or something, but the game kind of gives you, like, a bad feeling, man. Oh, God, I'm dying in here. The game kind of gives you, like, a bad feeling, because it just feels like you're going into Central America and, like, murdering the indigenous people. Now, graphically, this game is basically... Oh, my God, I'm gonna die, like, already. This game is basically a piece of garbage. I'm playing it on 1280 by 720 right now, which is obviously, like, not ideal. You could increase the resolution a little bit, maybe to, like, 1920 by 1080, but honestly, like, what's the point? So we're gonna, collect the skulls of our enemies in order to fuel our crystals. Makes our gun a little bit stronger. I have absolutely no idea what this gun is. Rather than finding health packs, we literally find human hearts on the ground and eat them to regenerate health points. Kind of a unique design choice, to say the least. But, who am I to criticize? I'm not a game designer. This is the first game from a developer known as Dark Arts Entertainment, and that's Arts with a Z, because, they're badass. So, like, I feel bad about making fun of this game, but this is, for sale in a retail market on Steam. I actually do not know how much it costs, because I was given a promo copy myself. But however much it costs is too much. This should be a free Left 4 Dead 2 mod, basically, for experience, not for sale. Now, I have very negative impressions of the game, as you can ascertain so far. But I will say that I'm going to cut the game a little bit of slack, and I'm going to temper my accusations and also my negativity by saying that I have not touched the the multiplayer modes yet. So maybe there's like a rich multiplayer suite of modes. But I will say that whenever there's indie games like this that have a multiplayer focus, oftentimes I'm a little bit hesitant to support those because they require a community to even like get off the ground and make the multiplayer enjoyable. An example I'm going to cite is like Skydrift, which was that like airplane racing game, and they're like, hey man, like the single player is not great, but it's multiplayer focused, and you're like, okay, that's awesome, except nobody bought it, so there's no multiplayer at all. But anyway, I digress. So I'm not sure what I'm doing in here, picking up these crystals here. Could hit this switch and do something. Basically, my impressions of the game so far. Cheap, ugly, knockoff, completely unoriginal, confusing, like, from both aesthetically, in the sense that I oftentimes have absolutely no idea where the fuck I'm going, and, like, in terms of the motives of my enemies, like, are these guys demons sent down from hell, or are they just protecting their religious artifacts that I have no right to be pursuing anyway? Oh god, this is what I mean by confusing as well, like, where the hell am I? Just bad. Really. And I have an anecdote to say, and if any of you guys are watching this and you're actually on my Steam friends list, about an hour ago you might have gotten an invite from me that was like, hey, Northernlion has invited you to play yada yada yada. It was just like a string of random symbols. Because I checked my Steam after trying to set up an online game in this, and there were like 30 messages from people that were like, hey man, I'd like to play whatever game you're playing, but I have no idea what it is, because Steam is just issuing like a string of nonsense to me. Well, it turns out, at least in this pre-release copy of Revelations 2012, if you want to create an online game, it automatically invites all your Steam friends to play it with you, which is really cool, especially when the game hasn't released yet, and you know, like 300 people or 150 people on your friends list get this message that just says, Northernlion wants to play a game with you. Ha ha! It's not even out yet! So I had to spend like 45 minutes telling each one of these people, oh sorry, you missed that puzzle I just solved. I had to shoot these to light them, and then the crystal skull appeared. Straight out of Indiana Jones. Crazy motherfucker named Revelations. But anyway. So I had like a negative impression of this game right from the start. I mean, as soon as I booted it up, I was like, oh, this is Left 4 Dead. Maybe it's gonna be cool. Maybe this is like Valve supported, like an alien swarm or something. But no, this is a retail, real video game for stores, or for digital distribution anyway, that you can purchase with your own hard-earned money if you wanted to, for whatever reason. Yeah, I just lost 17 health points, which I guess is equivalent to one leg of yours breaking. So I'm gonna murder this guy while he's in the middle of prayer, because I don't give a fuck. Pick up this crystal skull. Okay, there's my second crystal skull. Please explode into sparkles. There we go. Alright, so he's giving me a little bit of story exposition that I could not care less about. Now notice my AI has been like completely fucking useless. Like in Left 4 Dead 2, sometimes they will even give you like contextual clues. They'll be like, hey, we gotta go here, and it will illuminate things for you, so you can actually, see where the fuck you're supposed to go. Not so in Revelations 2012, and this is where I got stuck last time. I got my second... Did that actually... What is that sound? Listen to this. Oh god. I'm dead. Apparently the survivors have been overwhelmed. Fuck it, let's start it again. We have to start from the very fucking beginning with no crystal skulls. Alright, fine. You know what? We can get those crystal skulls easily because I can just, like, run through the entire level. Shit pisses me off, man. Everything's so dark, I can't tell where the hell I'm supposed to be going. And there's no, like, flashlight for me to use either. So we know where to go. Come up here, ignore those torches. We can basically just spam our weapon and ignore the shit out of everything. Because our teammates, well, being relatively retarded, in the sense that they don't give us like contextual clues about where the hell we should be going or what to accomplish when we get there, are surprisingly decent shots. Which is nice because it allows me to just run through the level basically with tunnel vision, trying to figure out where the heck I'm supposed to go next. I think this game, like, the designers imagined it being like some kind of throwback to old school shooters, like, it looks like Daikatana, but that is not a positive comparison at all. and I am not having a good time. Like, this is one of the things that I find confusing about the game, and I think is really indicative of poor design. So you saw me come through here earlier. Blue glowing objects equal use button. So I murder all these guys, again, praying peacefully to their altar. Hit this switch, and then what the fuck happens? Like, shouldn't there be some kind of indication of what happens when you hit the switch? Because now, the player, and by the player I mean, you know, my fucking self here, has no idea what switches do. Was that just a switch to demonstrate that hitting the use button pushes in switches? Or was that a switch that did something like across the level that I couldn't see? It's very important when you're designing a game. Oh, come on. It scared the shit out of me, I will admit. When you're designing a game with puzzles, that you at least have some kind of indication of what happens when you interact with an element of that puzzle. Otherwise, you're just confused. And I will say, I am very, very fucking confused right now. So anyway, actually I gotta come back up here. We'll get to that second crystal skull again. I don't care, man. You can shoot me all you want. I'm gonna eat the hearts of your children so that I can regenerate some health. Pick up these skulls to charge up my weapon, I guess. Again, kind of unclear as to what these do. But oh well. We'll come back through this, you know, historical Aztec temple here, or Mayan temple, I suppose I should say. Get my Central American tribes right. Also worth noting, the only press I could find for this game was from a website called Valid Gaming, and I gave it like an overwhelmingly positive review. I think Valid Gaming might be run by the designers of this game, like Dark Arts Entertainment. Maybe I should. That could be misconstrued as libel or slander, I suppose. I'm just saying, though. They were like, pros looks a lot like Left 4 Dead. Yeah, that's not a pro. That is a con. That is a lack of originality and innovation. And I mean, I can understand reusing assets because obviously indie developers, you know, oftentimes don't have a ton of time, or you know, maybe they don't have a huge team that they can use to create graphical assets or art. What are you praying to this time, buddy? Your god's been destroyed. Take this crystal skull again.
These crystal skulls will unlock areas to advance your quest and summon the demons.
Okay, cool. Now where the hell do I go next? I guess I'll... Like, normally, Left 4 Dead, your next objective is, like, outlined in, like a yellow or a purple. No such luck here. So I, like, want to get over here. Am I going to fall again? No, barely made that jump. My teammates are probably all going to fall trying to get to me. No, okay, you know what? I'll give them some credit. That path thing was smarter than I expected it to be. But again, I'm not really sure that this is where I'm supposed to be. But I can destroy, you know, all these jars, eat the hearts of the Mayan children, to regenerate, you know, a nominal amount of my own life force. The other crazy thing is that these Mayan people react so strangely, like when you start to shoot them. Like, I'll be shooting at like one of these Mayan civilians, and he'll just start climbing up a palm tree, and he'll just hang out on top of it. And I'm like, I don't really know how I feel about that. And this guy is running like he's got roller skates attached to his feet. I don't know, man. It's Left 4 Dead, set in the Mayan apocalypse, vaguely, even though, you know, I don't think the story does a very good job of explaining what the fuck is going on, or, you know, like, what's tied to my hand right now. I have an extremely negative impression of this game so far. The one thing I will say, I guess I've said a couple of things under that pretense, but one thing I will say is that I don't know how much the game costs, because, you know, having received a promo copy, I don't know if this is, you know, $15, $10, $5, or absolutely free. If it's absolutely free, that's still, you know, a little bit too expensive. But if it's like $10, there's absolutely no way you should support this project at all. So, we are basically stuck in the same situation that I've been in for, I'd say, like 90% of my time with this game so far, which is I have literally no idea where to find this final crystal skull. I go into all the huts that I can see anyway. My teammates never give me any helpful insights, or even like wisecracking banter, which was part of the thing that made even the single player of the Left 4 Dead series kind of fun, is that the characters at least felt alive. Whereas in this, they're like, what are we doing here? I'm your stereotypical British archaeologist. We're in blah 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 blah. Anyway, from what the game's marketing says, apparently there are epic boss battles, up to 8-player competitive multiplayer, as well as 4-player cooperative online. So I gotta get like a vantage point up here. I mean, it's not like I've seen any of that, but let's stand on top of this thing. If I was my final crystal skull, where would I be? So there was one up here. There was one right here. I don't know, man. I think I'm basically done with Revelations 2012. I'll give it one more like cursory glance from up here, but almost nothing could sway my opinion on this game. Let's go stand in this fire. Maybe I'll get a better view there. Just shoot down on these guys. Like the never-ending horde of indigenous Central American people that continue to, you know, swarm me. And I'm not trying to, like, be overly sensitive by saying, like, oh, we're going into their homeland and destroying their artifacts. I mean, it's quite clear that these guys are supposed to be demons. I'm more just playing a joke on the fact that that is never explained. So it just kind of seems like we're like, America, fuck yeah, destroying a culture with this ray gun. And I promise to never sing again. Okay, if I was hiding a crystal skull, I would hide it up over here. But I'm not even sure I can get to that area. Excuse me, I've got places to be. Alright, thank you. Just continue on your merry way. So I guess we'll try to get over here. And maybe I'll be able to find that crystal skull. Like, be careful what you wish for. I could have ended the video right there. But instead, now I'm probably gonna find the crystal skull and then get into like a 10-minute boss fight. And like, I keep running into these things, but I can't interact with them in any way. Like, is this just here to look at? Is this the switch that I wanted to press? I don't know. I have no idea what I just did right there. Maybe a taunt of some sort. The use button doesn't interact with this thing. We'll cross the bridge over here. Maybe we'll find this final crystal skull. This is actually a new area I've never been to. But luckily they have like mall-style maps. Okay, you are here. Excuse me. You can use the map when I'm finished with it. So I guess we'll continue going to the end here. This guy's hopping along. Eat the hearts of your children. Yada, yada, yada. Maybe through here. I guess this would be my, if I was hiding a centuries-old artifact.
Descended from flying vehicles from the sky.
What are you talking about, man? Okay, here's a switch again. Oh, here they come. Again, straight out of Left 4 Dead. And the banter from my teammate, priceless. Oh shit! Very inspired. Alright, so we'll shoot these guys. I mean, can I just come down here? I seem to be mowing these guys down fairly quickly. I'm playing this like I play Smash TV. It's just like get in a corner and hack away. Corner's always the safest place where you can be. Hey, is this the last crystal skull? What the fuck? Yeah, it is. Alright, so we did get the last crystal skull. Alright, these people have been exterminated. I still have a ton of health. Eat some hearts. It's funny, like, when you eat a heart. I need to acquire some crystals to recharge my gun, I think. I'm shooting very slowly. Yeah, like, your character eats a heart, and he's like, oh, yeah, that's good heart, baby. And you're like, oh, come on. Nobody talks like that. They're eating a heart. Alright, so we'll pick up these skulls, I guess, to make our weapon more powerful. Again, now I have the 3 crystal skulls, but I'm really not sure the fuck I'm supposed to do with them. Also, notice how there are, like, no different enemy types. It's all just Horde. Alright. Well, I'm not really sure where to go now. I think I'm just going to call it quits when it comes to Revelation 2012. This is, you know, basically a Left 4 Dead-inspired clone of Left 4 Dead. Now available on Steam, no matter what the price. I would discourage you from investing either your time or your money in this project. And I think it's really shitty that they invite everyone on your Steam friends list to play if you decide to create an online game. That seems really, really discouraging to me. Man, there's people on my Steam friends list I don't want to talk to. Don't send them invites for me. But anyway, as always, thank you guys for watching. Don't play this game. I'll see you next time.